time for
Good
intro.
morning, good afternoon, good evening wherever you are. The stream is about to start. Grab your favorite drink. Sit back and relax. You're chilling with Hex Asians. With your host, Crypto Vince, Uncle Kevin Hex, and Middle Class Working Man.
Hex Asians? Nice.
Konnichiwa! Konnichiwa! Emotional damage. Give me sushi!
Namaste, Hexasians. Welcome back to another episode with me, your host Dheeraj. And for those who are watching on the replay, please turn the speed to 2x, much easier on the ear. And I would also like for to have a special request for those who are watching live, as well as those who are watching on replay. Please don't click away from the stream. I know my voice may sound a bit off, but like, just do one favor. Don't click away. If you don't like my voice, just mute it for a little while. At least watch 10 minutes of the stream. That's all I ask for. I'm not asking for any funding or anything. Just be here, and if you can, let me know in comments what you guys are drinking. I am drinking some Starbucks double shots, back shots. Sorry. No, by the way, yeah, what was this? Yeah, Starbucks. Yeah, there is. I know there is a call for boycotting Starbucks, but this Starbucks in a can is manufactured in Malaysia, imported to the Philippines via Singaporean community company. So it doesn't really matter at the end of the day if you think about it. All money goes through one company or the Fed. So doesn't really matter. I see Jasul joining us. He is drinking hot grass water. Very good, very good. And we had Reed Mac. I think he commented a little earlier. I think he may have off, but Kumusta Capo. And we had Fields Vlad, man, who commented a sad emoji. Uh, I don't know, man. Why you feeling, Vlad? Don't be Vlad. Turn the frown upside down. Be happy. You at least you are better off than many of the people who are hiding in bunkers right now. So feel happy that hey, at least at least you may have only lost money in crypto. That is assuming you are watching this, you are in invested in crypto. So people have lost life and limb, and so much destruction, videos of destruction on especially on X right now. I feel like hey, my troubles are bad, but not that bad. So I'm kind of okay with what is. Yep. We will talk about what are the latest news we are going to see in crypto. But before that, what of a couple of things that happened in the last week, uh, which I wanted to cover, like other than the war that is going on. Like I am kind of getting fatigue, war fatigue, so I don't really want to talk about it. Whatever happens, happens. Few things like yeah, the Starship 10, which was supposed to be launched, I think next week, blew up during dry run. So not good for SpaceX, but doesn't really matter. They are like government subsidized. So it's, there is this whole lecture regarding how like calculations are done regarding spaceships, and they calculate using net present value, and so it is all a bit of accounting tricks that are used to keep SpaceX still afloat. We had, but that's a different issue. We also have news that Tesla is going to launch their robo taxis, but that kind of has been blocked in Texas at least. Thankfully, they are going to have Tesla register for a level 4 FSD before it can launch its robo taxis. Delay, but let's hope that it does pass through. I don't know whether it will be possible. But robo taxis, yeah, taxis on the streets, more jobs taken away. Good for the economy, I guess. Uh, and yeah, we are expecting oil prices to rise in the next few weeks. There is possible blockage of oil from the Middle East. But hey, we have to remind the US citizens that US is a major exporter of oil and doesn't really require as much oil. The main people that are going to be affected are going to be the Europeans, that as well as China, because it's what gets most of its oil from the Middle East, and of course India. But still, uh, not good for. It may cause inflation, but we don't know of it yet. But right now, we have kind of. Inflation was at least in check, and we are expecting price cuts in the next FOMC meeting. I think it is around 6th of July. But that also reminded me. Let me check when is the next FOMC. The next. Sorry, I can't show my screen. In 2025. What the hell? Stupid Bing. Uh, I wait. Did my stream get cut off? No, no. And we have Emma joining us. A very good evening to you as well. I hope things are well in Singapore. Uh, FOMC meeting. Uh, yeah, it's on the 29th of July, not 9th of July. But we have a very important date for in July, which is one. It is on 6th of July. Like the SEC case against Pulse and Hex will officially be over. I think that is what I have read posted by Nuclear Herbs. So that's hopefully going to be a bit bullish, or maybe it's going to be another sell the news event. We never know. But a very bearish date or thing for Pulse Chain and Hex in July, like everywhere. My birthday. So I will probably be selling some Hex and Pulse X and Pulse Chain just because hey, uh, it's my birthday. I have to do some partying. No, party like it's my birthday. So that's another thing. What else news do you have? Uh, a bit old, but Coinbase is seeking SEC approval to be able to offer blockchain based stocks. Maybe doesn't really matter if it is going to be traded on Coinbase, then like having the stocks on blockchain or not doesn't really matter. It's yeah, still controlled by Coinbase. The and yes, very important. The Senate passed the stablecoin bill Genius Act by a vote of 51 to 23. We have discussed the implications of the Genius Act in the previous streams. I don't want to go over it again. Basically, now the banks are going to be like be able to like consolidate uh, stablecoin issuing power. And I think, like I've discussed earlier, that's the whole strategy. Try and gain monopoly on what is there. So yeah, which is why I think like it's good for USDC in particular. USDT is still under like scrutiny, but still it is one of the most widely traded stable coin. And we saw like I think yesterday or a couple of days ago, it issued I think 10 million or a hundred something new USDT on Ethereum. So that could be an indication of what is upcoming. Then we have yes, Bitcoin miner Bitdeer seeks to raise 330 million in third convertible notes offering. Uh, yes, now this thanks to strategy, I think previously known as MicroStrategy, that is Michael Saylor's company. Now more and more companies are issuing debt to buy Bitcoin and hold it in their treasury. Well, yeah, Bitcoin miner is a different story, but it is still the same. They are going to be buying a Bitcoin using uh, debt. Not always a good idea, but hey, it's a great good for companies because they can file bankruptcy without having any personal consequences. to the individuals running the company. So yeah, and a couple of days ago, yes, Iranian crypto exchange Nobitex was exploited for over 80 million. Uh, you wonder who could have done that, Mossad, but not a good thing. Like every time it is any exchange gets the crypto gets dumped on dumped on, not good for the price, but still, yeah. Then this is Bitcoin core commits have hit a 10-year low, which is like fewer and fewer developers are developing on Bitcoin. Wonder why? Like spaghetti code, monitoring, etc. It's kind of crazy things, but like, yeah. Trump urges House to pass Genius stable coin bill, says get it on my desk ASAP. I think this is bit of an old news because yeah, we had it passed. So yeah, that's going to happen. Elon Musk's ask to offer investment and trading in super app push. Yeah, it's trying to get that super app narrative, but uh, uh, it's not going to be that easy. Like it's already kind of having competition in the social media space. Getting to the level of a super app is kind of going to be difficult, and it's going to be competing with its own uh, um, like investments, like in PayPal and Cash App. So I don't know, but it will. Well, let's see how things play out. According to the latest, BlackRock now holds 3% of all bitcoins in their ETF. Well, does it even hold Bitcoin in for their ETF? Because as far as I know, it's um, what you call not settled in Bitcoin, a cash settled ETF. So does it really need even Bitcoin to be traded or to be held in their treasury? All paper. So yeah, we'll take it with a grain of salt. Semler Scientific announces its plans to hold 105,000 Bitcoin by the year end 2027. I don't know what Semler Scientific does or what kind of a company it is. Uh, Semler Scientific is a company that offer products and services for early detection of chronic diseases. So basically, medical manufacturing. Uh, I think they are providing cells on a chip thing. Let's, but uh, like I said earlier, uh, Michael Saylor has set off a trend. Uh, Look, what's a rising tide raises all ships. So Bitcoin bumping pumps all assets. So I'm okay with it. South Korean authorities submits spot crypto ETF approval roadmap. Yeah, so maybe Kimchi Premium will be back on the menu. Uh, Coinbase secures EU crypto license swaps. Ireland for Luxembourg as the main hub. Uh, Better tax evasion, I guess. So good for Coinbase. Latest news. Texas Governor Greg Abbott signs strategic Bitcoin reserve bill into law. Very good. Texas is also getting a Bitcoin reserve. Good for. I think it is good for the um, people in Texas. I know there is a huge community of Mexicans in Texas, uh, and maybe it will help with the Texit. But I don't think that is going to happen. That is Texit. That is not going to happen. But overall, good. Metaplanet buys 1,111 Bitcoin, progressing towards the near new year-end target of 30,000 Bitcoin. One other company. The- Good for Bitcoin, but I don't think it is showing on the Bitcoin charts right now. I think Bitcoin is a bit down, but overall still good. Oh, wonderful news! Crypto exchange OKX is considering an US IPO in April relaunch report. Hmm, I don't know. More. Did I cover this? Uh, latest strategy acquired another 245 Bitcoin at the price of to $26 million. That is at around 105,856 per Bitcoin. Yes, Michael Saylor, keep pumping our crypto bags. Good for you. Um, Anthony Pomplione strikes a 1 billion merger to create ProCap Financial, raises over 750 in initial fundraise for public Bitcoin treasury company. Mm, good. Woo, Bitcoin to the moon. Woo. Like I don't know what kind of people trust that guy, but good for him. Cardone Capital buy adds 1,000 Bitcoin, eyes 3,000 to hold Bitcoin strategy. Well, that's great. US spot Bitcoin ETFs hit $1 trillion in cumulative trading volume, milestone less than 18 months since launch. So 1 trillion in trading. So for overall, crypto market is here to stay. Don't If you don't have any, then you are going to miss it. Like I remember telling my friend, I think 2022 or 23, he was visiting buy Bitcoin when it was 23,000 something, and I was like, hey, look, Bitcoin is a good asset, and even better buy Hex, and stake Hex. Then I met him a couple of years ago again. Bitcoin was 56,000. I told him, man, look, If you don't have crypto, at least buy Bitcoin, which is the stable asset. But I would still recommend Hex and Pulse Chain, and still it didn't listen to me. Now Bitcoin is at 105, so 4x in like 2 years. Which other asset gave you these returns? And yeah, yeah, altcoins, but like I'm talking about minimum, like safest bets. If you like, it's um, risk versus rewards, high risk, high reward. I would still suggest Hex and Chain are those high risk, high rewards strategy. Um, uh, because we are talking about, let's see how things are doing on uh, Pulse Chain. Uh, mm, again, just looking at things, it ETH gas has kind of spiked again around 24 GUI. I just remember like a few days ago it was less than 1 GUI. Again, yeah, happens every time there is crypto news. Plus start of the week. Mm, wait. Ah, am I audible to you guys? Can somebody respond with something in chat? I can't. Don't know whether what's going on. Uh, oh, I realized this. You know what? Oh, thanks, Ahmad, for verifying. The thing is, I opted for unlimited internet, uh, 5G, but then I realized there is a kind of a cap on bandwidth after like 4 or 5 GB, and 5 GB when you're using 5G runs out pretty quickly, and I don't even realize like watching a couple of videos. So that's going to be, I don't know. That's why I'm not able to, like, I don't want to share screen even though the speed is kind of decent, but yeah, the bandwidth sucks up stuff. Yes, in other news, Richard Arnott has been tweeting a bit today. Uh, the same old, yeah, gains in what, in his workout. Like, I get it. You uh, like, but yeah, a simple video of doing the workout, post some proof. Like, I do believe you in him that yeah, if he's talking about it, he is doing the workout. But not everybody is impressed by numbers on a computer. Just one video would have sufficed. Then what is he saying? Like, have you read Sci-Vibe? Have you read of How to Fix the World? Uh, if you haven't, there are audio book versions available on YouTube. Uh, I have read it as well as listened to the audiobooks. it's something very difficult to do, not a very good cohesive narrative, but uh, it gives you a glimpse into what Richard Hart's thinking is like. I am like take it with a grain of salt. It for me, it's like reading through a Reddit forum. Mm. Yeah, some good advice there. Take it with a grain of salt. Uh, Again, what's this? He tweeted 3 hours ago. Because I'm more useful than you, I'm going to once again tell you something you don't know, something that will quite likely be worth money to you. I don't have to, but I am a gentle soul who wants the best for you. I made a dye popular because it's a bit more censorship resistance. Um, because of that, many of you people that follow me used dye. L- Lucky you kids. Airdrop claim you can't. You just. I could just keep quiet about it, and you likely would never know about it. But here I am, out of kindness of my heart, bringing you value again to check if your address is eligible. Use Tor or a proxy or spam extra addresses to mix in yours if you prefer your they not know your IP tied to that address. Uh, app.sparkfy airdrop. The thing is, yeah, I stopped for chasing airdrops a long time ago. I did check if my addresses were eligible. Yeah, but then I realized, yeah, I have my die on Pulse chain, so I'm not eligible for any die airdrops. Anyways, for those who are eligible, good for you. Uh, Richard himself would be definitely be eligible for airdrop. I don't know whether he will claim and what he'll do with the claimed money. So we'll see. Uh, Ahmed, it says your device is not connected. Let's see. Yes, now I can. I think. Hello, my friend. How are you? How are you doing?
Hello, can you hear me? Oh, yes, yeah.
Yes.
Hi, evening, Niraj. Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, just that I think, I think the market has been quite volatile this past 2 3 days. Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing has been happening in the crypto news. Yeah, Bitcoin from 104 dropped to 99. Yeah,
Yeah. I think like you know uh, every time who's that Michael Saylor buys Bitcoin, the market drops. I don't know whether it's like coincidence or it is part of his strategy for tax evasion. I think who's that Identity Block put out some information regarding it that because he can claim the like a loss, it can be used as a tax redemption or something. I don't know. I have stopped following most like stopped watching many of the Mexican live streams because I find like there is just too much negativity. Uh, like I I even like this live stream. I try to keep it positive, but when I watch it on replay, yeah, I can feel negative vibes. So I don't know whether I would recommend people watching. I today I like put in like minimal efforts. Everything from the title to the thumbnail was AI generated. Uh, uh, Thanks to, but turns out good.
Mm.
At
Yeah,
least we have more viewers than last stream.
I
What
think
was
for
I
the
talking?
last stream is because there's nothing, no, not much movement in the crypto world and in also the world also by itself. Yeah, I think this week there's a lot of things happening. Yeah. Anyway, all those other hexicons or pulsicons, all the speed. I think you can watch them, but if you find that, like for me, sometimes I watch some Mexican YouTubers here and there. But if I find that sometimes the topic is interesting and it's a bit boring, I will just
No,
don't watch it lah. Yeah, yeah. But sometimes
no,
it's good to
uh,
watch to at least keep tabs on what is happening with the community and everything. Yeah. Mm.
yeah. Uh, uh, I said that mainly because there is a Friday night hangout that happens, and I I stopped watching it and I clicked it somehow. I don't know, out of intuition, because I am still one of the admins on that channel, and I haven't unsubscribed just to keep those admin rights. But hey, and I saw someone who has been missing for the past like 3 or 4 years pop up on that screen live stream. Maybe it's a sign that we have bottomed out. Then I read through all the live comments and I'm like, oh, yep. Funny enough. So then I clicked off. Anyways, that's what has happening. Like, and I get it. Like, people are mad at Richard because price is down, but criticizing Richard and Pulsion alone, like it's not going to help pump the bags. What is going to actually help pump the bags is advertising. There was a video put up by the Hexport start groups. Like, I think, yeah, postcards became a meme, but apparently they are working. Like, they do put out, send postcards to high net worth individuals, and yeah, some of them do get read, and there is a response. I would recommend you guys to watch that video. I don't want to like replay that video here because one, copyright, if I get copyright strikes, it's not a good thing because I don't have admin control over this channel. And yeah, why I would rather have like promote other people's and they help promote you, is what should have been happening, but we know what has happened in the past 4 weeks, for 4 years I would say. That's why we have just 4 viewers on this channel, and two of them is me. So like,
Two of
that's the
them are
point.
you.
Like, yeah, uh, like I said, a I had some coffee earlier, and caffeine gets me kicked up. There is also research that if you have coffee, that it also increases the number of pulses you can have. The original reference to pulse chain pulses. So,
Yeah. Mm.
the- uh, anyways, I try to be a bit light, but helping. Oh, I missed out on the comment from Jasol. So texture pointed out the workout numbers don't rise either. Look, y- yeah, it's you can't expect to increase your reps within like a month. Yeah, it takes at least a month to like, yeah, your number of reps will plateau out if you are like keep the same weights. Yeah, it's there is like this, like there are so many like workout regimens you can like get higher reps at the lower weights, work that out and then increase weights, or you can increase weight and lower reps. So I am not a fitness expert. Like I don't do that. I am a medical uh, advisor. Like I am barred from giving medical advice, but
But
you
you
know,
still know some health and
a bit
fitness
of,
tips, right?
yeah,
I
if
mean,
you
you go to medical school, you should roughly know. Yeah.
yeah, if you want personal advice, I can just DM me. Uh, but there is this joke, uh, and it's not a like it's was something I experienced. Like there was, it may be kind of offensive to you, Ahmad, because you are a nurse. As I like there were we I had this experience in my like during internship. Uh, so I was posted night ICU, and then a doctor came on his night rounds, and he started like the he was trying to adjust the what you call it, not CPAP, but
Oh, okay, okay, yeah, yeah, and
the
the NIV,
ventilator.
yeah,
Sorry.
ventilator.
He was trying to adjust the ventilator settings. He
Mm.
couldn't understand it, so he called the nurse, and like he told to change the settings to something I don't remember exactly what to change. And the nurse started laughing. Hey, hey, you are a doctor and you can't even do that. And then the doctor was like, doctor, the doctor was like, if I start doing everything, what will you do? Like the nurse's face was like, that hidden anger and like inability to do anything, and I was trying to hold in my laughter. These kind of incidences do happen, but hey, like I said, if I start doing everything, like I start doing medical advice and what will other fitness influencers do? We already know one uh, j- fitness enthusiast, crypto, who got wrecked, then disappeared for 2 years, then came back crying about Pulsion and Hex.
Oh, who is that? Fitness? Is
You
it
know,
Fun
I
Gym?
no no the I call him Roid Rage Crypto.
What is crypto?
No, Gym Rat. Uh, yeah, like I call him Roid Rage Crypto because I was. If you had listened to one of or some of his old streams, my experience, I went to one of his space and I don't know, I was talking about something and I pointed out something and he just goes berserk. Like, yeah, it's crazy. That's why I call him Roid Rage Crypto. That, that that may be one of the reasons for his burnout, but
I think he is high on steroids. I guess that's why he's having roid. He's doing having roid rage here and there.
Like you don't have to be like uh, high on steroids or anything. It's like a known kind of side effect of, even if you are taking it on a proper schedule at recommended dosages. And there is this whole study of how testosterone affects you. If you have heard this name, Robert Solopsky,
Mm.
he's a neuroscientist. So it, it affects you on what like kind of hierarchy you are, or basically if you are were already angry, you become more angry, and you usually it is pointed towards those who you feel are at a lower rank than you. And that's what I kind of feel like, because that's why I kind of stopped going to X spaces as well. Yeah, that's a different story. um, I am still feeling a bit uh, yeah, the caffeine did work. Like I'm feeling a bit peppy. The title of the stream, as suggested by the Quen AI, was real time crypto updates. I did do the updates predictions. Like I am always bullish, so my prediction is hex to the moon always. And Q&A, there are no questions being asked. Do you have any
I'm not
kind
so
of
sure.
questions?
I'm not so sure whether it's going to be bullish or not because I think the trend is starting where where we that Bitcoin has reached the all time high. Then I think it's probably going to drop. You know, probably all the way maybe to I guess 70, 60 or 80, I guess. Yeah, because you have this thing in the Trump has decided to bomb Iran using the nuclear sites and everything, all this and that. So I think the price may drop a bit. Yeah, because you know
I,
with because with the US entering this conflict, I think all the people is all the problems that the US people are having. I don't know whether the riots in the Florida or something is still happening or not, but we seem not to heard so much about it. Yeah. Mm.
yeah, the eh, part of the
Is it the
kind of
California or Florida riots? I'm
uh,
not so sure.
uh,
Where,
uh,
yeah.
yeah, Florida. If I
Oh.
remember correctly,
Oh.
last time we talked about it. But
Mm.
LA, uh, basically in LA. But yeah, everybody forgot about it once the news shifted from that to Iran. But see, overall, war is good for the US economy. It's like I, I know it's kind of like a harsh thing to say, but it's the truth. Like all US stocks are kind of linked to the military industrial
Mm.
complex. And yeah,
Yeah. I agree when
it
you say
will
that
affect.
war is.
It may like affect on in the short term. Yeah, you may see some uh, negative action, because yeah, that's the whole thing. Like Spreadford try to get people to sell low and then sell higher, or buy low and sell higher. But like you can see the trend, companies are stocking up Bitcoin. Overall, it's good for the crypto market. And if there are more sanctions, then countries are going to start using crypto to bypass them. So it's good for the crypto market in general.
Mm-hmm.
So short term, you may see some dip, but I think by the end of the year, we are going to be seeing higher prices. And like you said, next FOMC meeting is on 29th of July, which is going to be kind of bullish in my opinion. Let's see how things go. Hmm.
I mean, what you say is true. I think the people using crypto and digital cash is probably going to rise up. But I think Richard has posted something in Twitter about about the dangers of using digital cash and the power of physical cash instead. And when I read it, when I saw the tweet and I read the article, I agree with it somehow. I agree with it. Yeah.
Okay, yes, physical cash, yeah, it has its place, but like the crypto or digital cash genie is out of the bottle. You cannot put him back in. Like,
Uh,
yeah, for
yeah.
physical
Not
cash is good to have, but like, how, I don't know, man. Like, if you are making most of my daily purchases, I do cashless. Like,
Yeah, me too. Me too. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
yeah, very occasionally I go to some like local coffee shop that doesn't like even they accept cashless payment now. Very
Mm-hmm.
few things are like cash only. But I do like holds. There is this dictum or unwritten rule in India at least, so I follow it here in the Philippines as well. Always carry a bunch of cash with you because you never know when you will be stopped by the police, and
Oh,
that's when you are going to have to pay in cash only. So, and there is this thing like that's why they invented the 200 rupee note, yeah, because 100 rupees is too little and 500 is too much. So I do carry some cash, but I guess that is the only like place where you are going to need to pay cash only.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah, yeah. It's good to pay cash.
uh,
Yeah, it's good. I think I just
okay.
share because in Singapore, I think about a few years back, 1 or 2 years, 1, 2 or 3 years back, there was an issue where one of the largest, largest bank in Singapore, I think it's a Singapore government so-called owned or back bank or something. I think the banking system went down, and almost I think everyone in Singapore are unable to make transactions. Companies, they are unable to make transactions. They are unable to buy things. They're unable to do this and that and everything. Yeah, I think it was quite for a few hours or so. Yeah, I mean the whole thing just crashed and went down. Yeah, so I think that time for me, I was like I didn't know what happened, but I have a few cash with me. Right. So I just carry on with my life. Where else, when after the aftermath, I read some people are saying that, like everything stopped, and they say the dangers of still relying too much on cashless payment. And, one article say that cash is still king. Yeah. So,
Yeah,
but,
but you know that also, but it also reminds me what happened in 2017 in India, demonetization. So even if you are carrying cash, yeah, the government has the control that you can say, yeah, yeah, these notes are no longer a legal tender or cannot be redeemed. So they are now a bunch of or just a piece of paper. We saw
True,
that,
true, true, true,
and
true.
the havoc that was caused is a different. Like there I think there are complete documentaries regarding it, but
Mm.
oh, the other thing is, then people say, "Oh, that is why you should have physical gold and silver." But will you be actually be able to trade your gold and silver for goods and services? Because hey, like if to the only place you can actually trade gold and silver is a jewelry shop or a pawn shop. That means you will have to convert it to cash anyways, because no, if you go to a normal shop, try to pay with gold and silver, like they will look at you like, are you crazy? Because they don't know whether the gold is actually
Real
real.
goal or not? Yeah.
Yeah, and and by the way, every time they have to test your gold to see if it is real. You lease like uh, tiny amount, but not negligible amount gets lost in testing itself. So, yeah, not really good. What what can be traded?
Mm.
That's why I suggest using rice as a means of exchange. You know,
Mm.
it was used as currency in imperial days as well.
Yes,
So
yes, correct. Yeah. Uh,
just
talking about, yeah, if you want to talk about gold, I think in Philippines, there's just jokingly, I mean, you can always go to Pure Gold and do your trading down there. I think in Philippines there's a store, a shopping place
yeah,
called
like
Pure Gold or something. Yeah, yeah.
no, they like I know that in my area, like there are at least there are three major like pawn shops. I think Palawan, Cebu, Ilium, and there is another one, but like there is like a huge. Every grocery store has a pawn shop next to it. Yeah, you can kind of trade like for gold or I don't jewelry for groceries, but it's really not that good. And
Mm.
I I do want to have like kind of a I wanted to have that kind of a seminar or like educating people like yeah, these loans are kind of predatory. Pawn shops are predatory by
Mm,
nature.
mm,
So,
mm. Yes,
but
yes, yeah.
maybe the thing is my like Tagalog is kind of improving, but it's not like uh, fluent. And Tagalish, or I speak Tagalish, and it's not
Mhm.
really while doing seminars or anything. So I can't literally. I will have to do some. I'll figure out something maybe.
Mm.
For my like let's see, maybe I'll have a kind of a crypto meetup slash seminar for my birthday. Mix it up with a. That's kind of what I plan. Let's see if things go okay. Right now, Pulse chain. I was trying to bring the Pulse chain price chart up, but sorry, the hex price chart. Let's see. But yeah, it takes a lot of time to load, so I'm going to wait a bit. Uh, Anything else? Yeah. We talked about the airdrop. Chad highlighted.
Yeah, the airdrop. I don't know about that. But airdrop. I'm not eligible for it. So anyway, I not looking.
But speak like I think like fewer and fewer people care about airdrops
Yes, yes, yes. I
in
think
general.
yeah. I think
In general,
the time for air. I mean, the age of airdrops. I think a bit over. I mean, it's not like in 2020 to 2021 where I think airdrops are so common and airdrops are literally dropping everywhere and people are hunting for airdrops here and there, hoping to get an airdrop and then cash it out and sell it. So I think maybe some people are
yeah,
still looking into it, but for me, I'm like no more airdrops. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. There used like I don't know whether they still exist, but there used to be like dedicated Telegram groups for airdrop
Yes,
hunting.
I heard about it. I
I,
heard about
I
some.
used to, but yeah, many were like compromised or started posting malicious links, so I stopped. No longer follow any of them. So it's we were looking at yeah. I was about to bring up the hex chart, how it is looking. This is the monthly chart. Maybe we may have bottomed out daily. Oh, green candle on the Heikanashi chart, which is like maybe a trend reversal on the normal X chart or candles like a reversal. MACD is losing out, and maybe kind of like MACD is showing signs of reversal, but we are still like last week we were in the 6 cent range. Now we are in the 5 cent range. Hopefully, we can go back up there over our chart, looking more bullish. So let's see. But I have noticed something every time I say something on like this live stream. The market is taking the opposite direction. So I may stop making any predictions, but so far looking good. Or all I would say is just keep DCA in overall your buy price reduces and or the cost price reduces and faster you get into profitability. If you just even if you just buy and hold, or you even better if you just buy and stay, yes, you'll end up being profitable, but at some point of time, but it will just take longer. So if you can DCA the market overall, maybe looking bearish right now, but hey, like uh, buy when there is blood on the street,
Mm.
and
I'm waiting for the hex
there is
price to.
literally
Yeah.
there is literally blood on the street. So maybe a good time to buy. Sometime, uh, like I'm not going to make any predictions right now, but I'm still bullish on Hex. So let's see what happens in the
Yeah,
by.
me too. I'm still quite bullish on Hex. I mean, though sometimes, I feel, a bit quite sad because of the all these things happening. But of all my crypto investment, I think my portfolio, I think Hex is still the majority, and I guess I will just stick with it all the way and see how is it. Yeah, mm
Yeah,
yeah,
same, like
mm,
same, like it is still like Hex is still my majority holding it.
mm-hmm,
Still one of the most profitable uh,
yeah,
in terms of overall. In percent terms, there are other like meme coins that might have given me larger gains in terms of percent, but still not really that
But of course,
used.
I mean, but of course, a smart thing is to always to diversify your crypto portfolio. I mean, yes, hacks can be in your
You know,
portfolio, but I mean, for me personally, I would, diversify to other chains and everything like that, because I mean, with my experience in crypto already, it's not always healthy or good to always focus on one chain. It's always try to go to some other chains that are quite low risk. I mean, of course, you know you know trying to diversify, you have too much active vectors and all this kind of thing. But yeah, but I guess that's just me only lah. That's me, my own personal opinion. Yeah.
yeah. And I think I've mentioned this earlier. There is a MIT lecture on portfolio management. Like it's a good thing how to allocate percentage depending on the risk involved. So yeah, it's
Mm.
it's okay to diversify when you know like things are kind of when one asset goes down, other rises. If you are kind of aware of it, then it's okay to diversify. Don't put your
Eggs in one
uh,
basket. Yes.
there is this like saying that don't get married to a coin. But I say, yeah, it's okay. You can get married to one coin, but it's also okay to have some side chicks on the as
True,
well.
true, true, true. Only
Yeah,
for only for crypto, but not in IRL. Yeah. Okay.
but in IRL, like according to Islam, you are allowed to marry four
Hey,
times. So
Niraj,
that is
one.
also,
uh, yeah, but I mean,
but I
the
think
reality is this: one one wife will give you so much headache and so much heart pain. Do you want to go through the entire thing of trying to meet the parents, woo the girl, and everything? And yeah, you will find your life cut in half. Trust me.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
trust me. It's not worth it to
That,
have two, three, or four. Yeah, one finish.
yeah,
If
like
you yeah.
but and from like from people I know, like no, like yeah, there is this provision in Islam, but nobody actually does that, like having four wives.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
I
there
mean,
is
some
this
if
very
if you
very
if you
like
can, yeah.
rarely, very rarely, and there is also this joke like if you have one wife, she will fight with you. If you have two wives, then they will fight each other who gets to be with you.
Yeah, yes, yes,
So
true,
that's
true.
also a different strategy altogether.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. Even
But
even in Islam, there's a verse in the Quran that say that that you can try your best to please. I mean, in as well as what I roughly said, you can treat your wife equally, but you will never uh make them happy equally or please them equally. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, just but I am trying to be a bit more positive, try to bring a little bit of humor here.
Yeah.
That's a different issue. I originally I wanted to talk about like the war, but then I said it's okay because
Yeah.
hey, there are other people like the feed is already like, if you my at least my feed is already kind of overloaded with it. Now I have to click not interested on YouTube. So
Yeah, yeah. Don't worry about
and
the war. I think it's just Trump flexing and making noise. Yeah, because he has to answer to his Israeli master
I,
and everything. So he's just making noise and everything. Yeah. Mm.
no, like I think his main objective right now is still uh, to get that big beautiful bill passed, and I think this is all in like in like that. That's what they want, and like overall, it's good. But what I'm going to be saying is. Yeah, it's all going to be okay. Yeah,
Mm.
it like do. I think there were already like don't give up hope, but I would say give up all hope. That is when you will be actually free. Don't worry about future. Karmanyavadhikarasya.
Mm.
Like do your
In
duties. Don't f- don't worry about the fruits of your action.
yeah.
They are out of your control. So that's about it. We have reached the 1 hour mark. We will hopefully be able to stream next week, same time, same channel,
Yep.
and yeah, it will be 30th, like end of June, half a year almost gone.
Yes, half a
Mm,
year and half a year more of things to happen, and nobody knows what's going to happen. Yeah.
yeah, so don't worry, time flies. See you guys next week. I will play the outro.
See you also, Dheeraj. Take care.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
This is out.